Hey guys, Little Gaming here, telling you how to beat more slot machines at more casinos totally for free. I'm a former software engineer and math tutor, and I do data analyses of true progress or variable state games. Like, for example, Wheel of Fortune High Roller. When the reels are higher, you are more likely to hit the bonus at the top. Also, you get higher and more line pays and trigger the two bonuses slightly more often when the total number of ways is really high, so a variable state machine. Now, you're probably used to slot machines lying to you, because that's what they do, and in most cases you're correct. Those little chickens getting bigger on the screen probably don't mean anything. The bonus meter doesn't mean anything. The fuse on the dynamite getting shorter doesn't mean anything. But sometimes the numbers actually do mean anything. How do we find that out? By watching hundreds and thousands, and in some cases tens of thousands of spins. This one was incredibly simple to analyze though. But first off, how do you even play this thing? Well, you put in money and press the button. Thanks for asking. Okay, you get the little raise up symbol. It raises the column by one, unlike Hexbreaker, which I also have a video on this channel. It can't raise more than one at a time on the same column, but very, very rarely it will raise on multiple columns at once. The number of ways is shown in the bottom left, and it's just like, in this example, 5 times 7 times 8 times 7 times 6. If you multiplied that out, you would land at 11,760. Now, if you get the 3 jackpot symbols, you immediately get a spin of the jackpot wheel, and you can see on the top here, the mini is 90, the minor is 150, the major is 300, the maxi is 600, and the mega is currently sitting at 1,921.73. The maxi actually is a progressive. It doesn't look like it because we had just hit it. But yes, the purple and the orange bonuses are actually progressives. And then the very top is the grand, which is the wide area progressive. That number is not what you'll get paid. That's an estimated annuity if you took the annuity option, kind of like the Powerball Lotto. You would end up with a fraction of that, and then after taxes, you'd end up with a fraction of that. But it's still very a large... Was I about to say very a large number? Sure, let's go with that. Haha! I was out in the sun all day. So the other bonus you can get while you're waiting on hitting one of the big boys up top is the free game. So you can see right here, once again, unlike Hexbreaker, you don't need the whole thing to be visible. You can have one single little slot of it, and as long as it's on 2, 3, and 4, which is the only place it shows up, then you're all set to go, and you get the free games, which that is where the money's at. I will say on the jackpot wheel, it doesn't roll the mini more than 50% of the time, I'd say. So it's like the opposite of dancing drums. And I've hit the maxi and the mega at least 2 or 3 times each. We hit the major pretty commonly too, and they all scale with your bet size. So it's not like, oh, we hit the major all the time if you up your bet. So the bonus basically looks like this. You play it in reverse and it falls down, and you keep going until you hit something. So right there you can see I hit the question mark one, which is the most desirable one. And then as you can see, I got $241.80 in 26 spins because of the line pays up top. So you actually just kind of want to go as long as you possibly can and get a whole bunch of wilds in there. Like if I had just one watch symbol sitting on the left or right, that would have been a pretty big pay. That's a good symbol, and it would have paid 6 times 2 times 2 times 1. Also, you can get 2 and I assume 3, 4, or 5, but I've never seen it. Wheel spins at the end of the bonus if you simultaneously get the drop symbol on at least 2 that are 1 away. Now you can get some pretty crazy line pays, and they're more likely when it's a lot taller, but it doesn't scale, where let's say it's at like 1,800 ways and then you're at 10,000 ways. Well, you'll obviously make 5 times more per spin, right? Not exactly. They do something to penalize it a little bit. Now what they don't want you to know about this game is that the bottom 3, which are all guaranteed because it resets to 3, and then anything above it are basically 2 completely different games. I did a count of how often the jackpot and the free game symbols show up in the bottom 3 versus anywhere else, and anything above the default 3 are penalized, we'd estimate around 4 to 1, so it's like 25% prevalence compared to the base game, which is the ones that cannot go shorter than 3. And that's nice because that levels it out. I mean, you don't want to have, 20 times the jackpot chance when they're absolutely loaded, because people would notice and they would never play it when it was at its minimum state or darn close to it. Like all of them were about 3 or 4 tall. And then the symbols like to bunch up a little bit more on the bottom compared to on the top. Another thing they don't want you to know is that the worse the wheel bonus you have, the faster it will raise. And it is almost exactly linear. So if it's a 1 pip wheel spin, as I like to call it, that column will raise at a speed about 4 times faster than one with 4 pips or sitting on a 4x. Now, the pips and the multipliers are at the end of the day the same thing pretty much. A 4x is just, okay, you do 1 pip and then you get 4x whatever it lands on. And then like a 4 pip one with no multiplier just lands 4 things on the wheel. So at the end of the day, it's 4 units worth of spin values. And the question marks is randomized, but it can be both. It is so insanely easy to win at this. I would say the number of bad runs, maybe 10%, where it just took forever, a lot longer than it should have. Just remember, even though you're an advantage player, you're not invincible. You can still lose. I could say I'm going to roll a 6-sided die, and if it comes up 6, I win, and if it comes up any other number, you win. You could still lose. That's heavily in your favor, but you could still lose. Over the long run, you won't, but we all have bad days, or as I like to call them, bad runs on machines. Keep that in mind with all of my AP guides, and by the way, subscribe and like if you enjoy this content. You don't want to miss more of it, obviously, and we've got a whole playlist full of how to beat casinos. And then in the comments in the description, I've got a link to my Patreon where for just a couple bucks, you can get a whole bunch of quick reference guides, all in nice, tidy JPEG form where you can throw them onto your phone and reference them real quickly without saying, oh, I think Des said something about that game, and then having to rewatch my whole 8-minute video on it. You can just have play this way. Done. Or to stick around and watch for free, because if I didn't want to give out this information for free, I would have paywalled the whole thing, but I'm not into that. And my Patreon's more of a tip jar. Anyway, one more thing that I'm sure they're hoping you don't notice is that 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, and 5 of a kind on every single symbol pay exactly the same. If you don't believe me, pull up the pay table on the little game rules thing. Also, if you don't believe me, why are you still here? I've been an AP player for 4 years and everything I say is verifiable. What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, other than that, the middle column is always the question mark. Like I was going to say before, the question mark is usually multiple pips with a multiplier. I think it has to be at least 2x2. I don't quite remember, it's been a while, but it's generally considered to be higher than 4, and 4 is the threshold to play. So, what I mean is if you are 1 away from 4 units worth of spins or better, you should play it. And play it until it goes off and then reassess. Maybe 1 raised to 1 away on another 4 units. So we're talking 4x or 4 pips. If it's 3, no. If it's 3x, no. If it's 1 or 2, certainly not. It's not all a masquerade where 1 pip just pays you higher or they give you better values on the wheel. No, you will legitimately win $8 on a single pip. And that's if you're lucky. I mean, once in a while you get a good value, but I'd say the same about the 5 pipper. Now, the other thing you're going to want to do is play it when it's a certain line height. Now, it was painfully simple for me to just count, okay, how many does it take to go off when it's 1 away? I only needed to watch about 1,000 spins to know that number. I was using a short system, but then the average wheel spin, which we watched, I think 50 of my own wheel spins, still suggested that if I'm off by 5 or 10% because I didn't watch, quote unquote, enough spins in some people's opinions, it was still so far in your favor it didn't matter. But how many lines is enough? I've heard people say 6,000. I would put it at 8,000, but to be safe, I'd say 10,000. If you're wondering, if you max out every single one, I believe it stops at 32,000 and change. It's 32,000 some number. Now, the other thing is, if you look at this one right here, it says 200 ways because that was 5 times 5 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 25, double it, double it, double it. Well, you get to 200. And it says symbol pays 40 cents on a $3.20 bet. Yeah, it's that bad. Times 200, which is, a lot of money. That's $81.60 with the little jets on the right, too. So it's probably 80. Why did I say probably? It's 40 cents times 200. It's 80. So some symbols are worth way more than others, but the big line pays come from the best symbols stacking up like crazy. Now, if you're about to get the feature, like the raise feature, into a wheel spin feature, or the jackpot, or the free games, or sometimes a massive win, like around 20, 30, 40 times your bet, Vanna will come out and warn you ahead of time. There's this little animation where she walks out on the screen. I don't remember what she says, but it's something like you're about to win big, if I were to paraphrase. And we noticed if you're into the 20, 30,000 range on the line count, you will get such huge line pays. I didn't even bother to count it. I'm just thinking it's probably 300, 400, 500% better than the base game at the minimum state. And you're slightly more likely to get the free games or jackpot. So that's when you play it. Usually you walk up, go ding, 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 check 80 cents through 800 cents. It's usually what they are. And if there's a really good state, jump on it, play it till it's not. It's kind of like a medium run one. I mean, you'll be in for more spins on some other ones I've covered on this channel for sure. But this tends to finish pretty quickly, especially when it's 1 away. Oh, I forgot to mention, never play it at any line count. I literally don't even care if it's 7, 7, 7, 7 on 1, 2, 4, and 5 if the middle is at 3. Never play with the middle at 3. I saw another AP crew who didn't know that. They jumped on the machine after we left, which if you think it's a good idea to jump on a machine when I'm a professional advantage player there with a full crew sitting there clearly obviously doing the same thing you are, and we get off of a machine, whatever you think you know about that machine, you're wrong, because we don't make mistakes. Shout out to the idiot 22-year-old who thought he was being real clever. Haven't seen him back so much after that, actually. I wonder why. I will also say that at a bad casino, which is most of the ones I play at, ones that you know the margins are not pretty, I would not chase a 4 or 5X or 4 or 5 Pipper if the count was below 2,000 or if the middle was at 3. It's like, yeah, you might get it on time, but you are going to get just nothing for line pays the whole time. So it might be like 101% return. It might actually dip below, but watch for that low line count. If you only have one really tall column, you have nothing going for you except for that one thing, and that's when it'll maybe take forever. So once again, subscribe if you want some more cool content like this. I mean, why would you not? And let's just play some footage so you know what I'm talking about and how this works.
Wheel time.
All right, guys, she said it. It's wheel time. We got a 5 Pipper, no malt on $8. Press that button. We need $100 out of it. Or no, 200 we need out of it. Should be doable. Oh, a bill. Let's go.
150, 100.
275. That's 75 profit. Let's go. Thanks, fan. I love you. You don't see a 5 pip spinner on 8 very often. Oh, that's not good at all. Holy cow, that's terrible.
Wow.
Okay, just jumped out of my seat for this one. You'll have to take my word for it that it landed on a 2X on $200 on a $3.60 spin. Let's go. Vanna, I love you. Okay, guys, we got it on 8 on a little bit of a stretch. 150 minimum hit it. I'm hoping for just 250. Happens a lot. We've hit the maxi.
Major.
I've hit the major.
Mega.
Mega.
Oh
my God.
24.
Whoa, that's 24.53.
And you didn't want to
Oh
play
my God. Yeah, I really didn't want to play this. That's my fault. Well, look at the setup, but then you guys know. Thanks, poke the Vanna. Poke the Vanna.